Hey, this is Marek of Indie Traveler. If you're wondering whether you should get the Farpoint 55 backpack by Osprey or the Farpoint 40, then I may be able to give you some advice because I own both of them and I've used both of them. They're actually great backpacks, they're well made, they're comfortable, but there are some key differences between them. Before I continue, I should mention that in the description there are some links to the products as well as to reviews of these backpacks. And I've got an article on my blog that talks about how you can pack light and pack efficiently using these backpacks as well. So I wanted to do a little bit of a comparison, and let's start with the Farpoint 40 because this is a really nice sort of basic backpack. The killer feature of this backpack is that it is carry-on size. So if you are wondering if you can take this onto an airplane as carry-on, yes you can. It has two compartments. One is here in the front, and it has mesh compartments and padded compartments that you can use for a laptop or a tablet, travel documents, anything else that needs to be separate. And then the main compartment, got a pillow in there for now, has one mesh compartment here and just one sort of a general compartment here that you can fill any way you'd like. Now, when you're looking at this, and maybe if you order this bag and you see it for the first time, you might be wondering, wow, is that all the space I'm getting? Actually, you can fit a lot of stuff in here. You might be surprised. So let's actually compare this to the Farpoint 55. What you may know already is that this isn't just one backpack, this is two backpacks combined. So if you zip this off, you've got a 15-liter day pack, and you've got a main backpack. Now people have asked me actually, is this the same as a Farpoint 40 and there's just a day pack sort of glued on top of that? No, that's not the case. This is actually a very different design. This is not the same as a Farpoint 40. And I'll show you actually because, as you can see, the Farpoint 55 is quite a bit taller, and that actually puts it over the carry-on size limit. So that's important to know if you want to save money on, not checking in luggage. That may be a little bit more difficult with this backpack. I should say that despite this being slightly over the limit, I've still, had it as carry-on luggage many times. Twice I wasn't allowed to bring this on board. This was in both cases with EasyJet in Europe. There was one case in which the airline staff asked me, is this over the size limit? And I just admitted, yeah, it probably is like over the size limit by an inch or two. They still let me take it on board. So you can kind of get away with using this as carry-on, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, so inside the 55 is another pillow. It's kind of the same setup. There's a mesh compartment here and a big compartment here. It is quite a bit more spacious, as you can see. What I kind of miss about this main backpack is a little bit more organization. I've had to use sort of packing bags and travel organizers to kind of make the best use of this space. Whereas on the 40, you have a lot more built-in options. Kind of more different sleeves and places where you can put stuff kind of conveniently. Because with the 55, all that stuff, the laptop sleeve and all that is in the day pack actually. And that's good in some cases. I mean, do you really need to have your laptop in your day pack all the time? I don't think so, but it's nice that this is an integrated system. Like there's little clips on here that allow you to attach this to the front straps, so you can have kind of that turtle shell way of wearing two backpacks. You have this on the back and then this on the front. It looks a bit funny, but it's actually pretty comfortable. The one thing I should mention about the 55 is that, you know, I expected to be zipping these together a lot more often than I actually did in practice. Realistically, if you're traveling and you're not sort of hiking or something, you're not going to be wearing the main backpack for any longer than maybe 30 minutes. You know, you're transferring at an airport or trying to find your next bus or whatever it is. This is not going to be on your back forever, and I've rarely found situations where I was like, okay, let's stop everything I'm doing. I'm gonna zip this onto my main backpack now, which is kind of fiddly anyway. It just doesn't happen. I just carry it by this strap, or I just attach it to the front for those, you know, brief moments where you need to have both hands available for dealing with documents or you know, whatever. You know, ultimately, I don't think it's nice to have feature that you can zip them together, but I don't think it is necessarily a killer feature. So don't choose the 55 solely based on that. I think there are other reasons why you might get the 55 instead of the 40, which, you know, actually brings us to, you know, which one is right for you. And I think there's a couple of things to consider. I mean, one is the carry-on size limit. If that's important to you, go with the 40. Are you able to pack lightly? That's also a big question. A lot of people overpack when they're going traveling. And actually, if you think that's going to be you, check out the post on my blog actually that talks about traveling light, because there's so many benefits to having less stuff with you. And if you want to force yourself to actually, you know, travel light and not bring loads of stuff with you that you don't really need, the Farpoint 40 is also a great choice. I would say that the Farpoint 40 is most appropriate for trips that are in regions with a consistent climate. So if you're going backpacking in Southeast Asia, great. If you're going through Central America, where there's kind of tropical, sort of consistent weather, awesome. Summer backpacking in Europe, Farpoint 40. If, on the other hand, you're going through multiple climates, maybe the 55 is better for you because it gives you more space for kind of those extra items. If you're kind of a blogger or a techie, or you're a photographer, you use many lenses, or you have extra gear with you that you need for whatever reason on your trip, maybe for certain sports you're doing, the 55 might also give you that extra space that can be quite convenient. So to summarize, I think it's really about your personal needs. If you needed extra space, get the 55. If you think you can travel light, get the 40. If you get the 40, it's still nice to have a small day pack. You have foldable day packs that are like, actually, let me show you. This is a day pack. This is super small. So if you need like something for during sightseeing or whatever, you can kind of just pull that out, and you have like a mini backpack that you can put on. I still recommend getting something like that, or if you have a purse or small, you know, backpack or whatever to use in combination with the main backpack, that's great, because you probably want to have some snacks with you while you're traveling as well, and while this is in the luggage compartment. So the Farpoint 40 is still, you know, recommended in combination with something else. That's kind of the differences between them. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Be sure to also check out my packing tips and my packing example specifically for Southeast Asia, which I'm doing with the Farpoint 40. Thanks for watching, and be sure to follow, subscribe, and do all that stuff.